Hey everyone, it's James with Photoshop Quick Hits again, and today what we're going to learn about is not just copying and pasting from one canvas to another, but we're also going to learn how to resize using the free transform tool and some of the options as far as resizing goes. So we're going to hop right into it because we're making a quick video because it is Photoshop Quick Hits. So right here we see on this canvas we've got this sketch of a cow's head. And what we're going to do is we're going to make sure that this layer is selected over here. We're going to hit Control C to copy this layer. And then we're going to go over to the other canvas over here up at the top by clicking on it. Or you can always hit Control Tab to switch to the next canvas. And then from here, we're going to hit Control V to paste it. And you see the cow's head is much bigger than the canvas that we've pasted it to. So in order to resize it, what I like to do is I like to hit Control T, which will free transform. And you see I put a box all the way around that, and the box stretches all the way off the edge. And then I'm going to hit Control, what I like to do is hit Control 0. So what that does is that stretches out to the edge of where that box is going to go. And I'm going to take my mouse right here. And what I like to do is I just like to take on the corner. We got the arrow pointing either direction, and I'm going to go ahead and zoom it in here just to get it on the canvas. You see how it's zooming to the top left-hand corner is where it's anchored to. We're going to zoom it where it's inside that canvas, and then we're going to go ahead and hit Control 0 again to stretch it to the size of the canvas, and we're going to hit the check mark right here to get finished with that. So now we see it's all in the canvas. So instead of hitting the check mark, I guess we could have just kept on the control or free transform. So hit Control T again. I'm going to take and grab this canvas just with the mouse, left click it, and I'm going to move it around. So these are my guidelines. So if we want to center this directly on the canvas inside here, what we're going to do is we're going to make sure we see that vertical line. We know it's centered on the left and right, and then once we hit that horizontal line, we know it's centered up and down, and that is perfectly centered on the canvas. So we're going to hit the check mark at the top, or you can hit the enter key, and that'll go ahead and complete those. Now if you want to resize it and do it some other ways as far as the movements, so you can see some different options to do this. So the left and right, or the inside and outside on here, if we just click that and drag it, what that's doing in the opposite side from where you grab it, when you click and drag, it's going to be the anchor point. So the top left hand corner is anchor point. However, if you want to, once it's centered like we did before, and you want to keep it centered, you just hit the Alt key while you're stretching it, and what it'll do is it'll remain centered no matter what you do. Okay, and that will remain centered. So that way we don't have to worry about moving it, resizing it, and then centering it all over again. It'll remain centered. And then from here, if you want to move it up and down, you can. Let's go to the bottom center. You see where it's pointing inside and out there. Let's click and drag it. You see where it's always going to be anchored on the opposite side, so that's the top center. And if you want to, you can always grab the Alt key and do that, and it'll remain centered if you want to go up and down that way as well. It's kind of the same as the other. However, if you want to, you can hit the Control key, and you can skew it all around while you're dragging the mouse. I don't necessarily ever do that just because I don't want a skewed picture. And then also here, if we hit the Shift key, you can scrunch it, and it actually anchors it to the top edge, not just the top center. So even if you go left and right, it's not going to do anything, but you can scrunch it up and everything if you have to. So that'll kind of show you how to do that. And then if you do make a mistake while you're in free transform, and you're like, oh shoot, what did I do? You can always hit Control Z and back up and back up and back up to where you last didn't make your mistake. That way you don't have to cancel what you're doing and start all over again. So that's pretty much it for today, just copying and pasting and resizing for a new canvas. And then if you have any questions about this or comments, please put them down underneath in the comment section. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and if you'd like to, please put in the comment section if you have any videos or any quick tutorials on how-tos you'd like to see done in the future. And that is it for today. Thank you very much, and we'll see you in the next video.